everyone, my name is Jbthementor, and if you're a follower of this channel, then you know that I'm very passionate about fathers being connected to their children, fathers being part of the community, fathers being involved in their families and doing whatever it is that they're supposed to do to help that family be healthy and grow. But I'm also an advocate for women who suffer at the hands of men that are just totally abusive. And I always wonder what some of you think about when you're wondering whether or not you should stay with the husband or the father of your children, and that fine line between staying and going, and the confusion that you face on a day-to-day basis. I know it's difficult. For me, this is a very personal topic, subject to deal with, because I once was that kid that lived in a family where abuse was taking place every day, and not only in my household, but all of the women within my family. They all suffered abuse from abusive men, and every single one of them stayed. My mother, she didn't stay. She eventually left, and it was chaos and turmoil, to say the least, but she found the inner strength at some point to leave. And that's why I'm here today, because I want you to understand that there is an inner strength, there is a voice, there is an energy that will guide you and help you come to a place of understanding where you just might have to say, hey, even though he is the father of my children, I'm gonna have to cut him loose, because love should never hurt. It should never be abusive. It should never leave me psychologically scarred. It should never leave me emotionally depleted. It should never have me wondering, when is the next punch, the next kick gonna come? And me feeling like this every day, was that really my purpose for me being born? To be a punching bag for someone? So yes, ladies, if you are exposed to physical violence, mental abuse, verbal abuse on a day-to-day basis, you should definitely leave, because that is no way for any human being to live. That's not the reason that we were brought into this world. And I get it. Society doesn't truly understand, because sometimes they don't see physical scars, and they can't empathize. They can't walk your shoes. They don't know your life. You know, they see you with a prominent man, and they can't believe that the basketball player, the senator, the mayor, the preacher, the teacher, the educator, that these people are beyond doing these horrific things to a woman and to a family. And you have to live with the shame and the pain, because society isn't ready to say, hey, any kind of abuse at all, and that warrants you packing your bags, telling the children it's time to go. Because at the end of the day, what's really literally happening is this man is searching for your threshold. And should he ever find your threshold, it will be too late for you to recover. So I'm asking all of you ladies, and I'm not being judgmental, if it hurts you, if it punishes you, if you're psychologically wounded beyond repair, if your children bear witness to this violence and this hatred towards you, then it is time for you to leave before it's too late. There are thousands and thousands of women all across this country, and yes, all around the world, who face this most difficult decision. And you will have to get to a point where you decide if leaving the fathers of your children behind, is it worth it? Is it a safety issue? Is it a health issue? Is it a mental issue? Will it lead me to a place of no more pain, no more shame? Will I be able to someday hold my head high and say I was able to move away from that? And please understand that because you don't share the same space anymore with this man, it doesn't mean that he can't be a father. But what it does mean is that he can't be the man in your life, because he has proven that your safety and your well-being is something that he can't be responsible with. And that is the reason that you should leave. Now, through my years of seeing women being abused and talking to different family members and being a part of a cycle in the sense that I'm in the distant, but they're suffering and feeling it up front. The common theme in all of this, they don't understand their value. And when you don't have a high self-esteem and you don't know your value, then things like this happen. So what I'm going to ask all you ladies to do from this point on is to tell yourself that you have value. Tell yourself that you have importance. Tell yourself that life should not be painful. Life should be a joyous situation. That your kids should live in a place of harmony and not wondering if this is the last day that mommy checks out. And not have your kids feel that it's so unbearable, I wish I could intervene, but there isn't a way that I could possibly stop daddy. I want to tell you a story. A gentleman told a story about his mom being abused at his daddy's hands. And one day the daddy hit the mom and the mom left the home. And the father told him to go after his mom and bring her back. And he chased her for about 2 blocks and he said, "Mom, please come back, Mom." And she said, "No, I'm not coming back. I can't stand it anymore." And she said to her son, "Son, would you stay any place that didn't feel good to you?" And he says, "I know, Mom, I know, but please come back." His mom listened to him. She went back. As soon as she got through the door, she told his father that she wasn't going to stay with him anymore and that she was fed up. And he said to her that if you leave me, I'm going to have to kill you. That young man went to his room, and 2 minutes later, he heard 2 gunshots, and his mom was dead. She was deceased. And that young man lived with that pain for his entire life. And I can't even imagine what that feels like. So ultimately, what I'm saying, before your kids have to bear witness to something that life-changing, pack up, leave, and don't look back. And when you get to a place that you're ready to integrate him as their dad, you do so. But you're worth much more than that, and your children deserve much more than that. And your life shouldn't hinge on what's going to happen the next day, what's going to happen the next hour, and what's going to happen the next minute. Abuse is exactly what it is. It's painful. It's unbearable, and it isn't anything that any human being should endure. A family is about love, and it's not about punishment. My name is Jbthementor, and I hope this message finds you at a place where you're willing to receive that energy and those thoughts that will constantly tell you it's time to go. At this point, you tell yourself that you're going to have a talk with your self-esteem, and you tell your self-esteem simply this: it's time for us to leave. It's time for us to go. We have endured all we can, and at this point, I'm closing shop. I'm getting out of the game, and it's time for us to start anew. With that being said, I want all of you women to know that my heart is with you, and I pray for you every day. And don't be like some of the women that I've known in my lifetime that was too afraid to take their life back. Take your life back, get on the right track, and know that tomorrow can be everything that you want if you just take those early steps right now. Life is about the next steps, and are you ready for yours? My name is Jbthementor. As I always say, love yourself, love your community, and be the change that you want to see. And remember, your life depends on the choice you make right now.